Hello everybody, Boodlyneck here, and this is part 2 of our top 100 mods of all time, 100th video special. I want to thank you guys for leaving the amazing suggestions down in the comments and on my Discord. I would have forgot a lot of amazing mods if it weren't for you guys, so thank you. In case you're wondering why I don't have my skin, that's because we had to go way back on this list to get some amazing mods, and a lot of you probably already know what mod this is. Just a quick note, the next video that I put out is going to be a regular mods of the week, and then we'll go back and finish these off. But I don't want to stop covering the new cool mods because that's kind of my thing. All right, we've got a lot to go over. We've got 25 more mods on this video, so let's get to them. If we're looking for the most memorable, iconic, game-changing, and groundbreaking mods, the Aether fits every single one of these categories. And as you can tell by the community's comments, a lot of people feel very strongly that this is the best mod ever. It was introduced in 2011 as a new dimension that provides the opposite to the Nether, filled with floating islands, new mobs, blocks, tools, new game mechanics, and dungeons. This dimension was, and I think always will be, a welcome addition to most Minecrafters. The Lord of the Rings mod is absolutely massive. It looks and feels more like a mod pack than a single mod. It comes complete with a storyline, quests, a built-in map and compass, factions and alignments that affect your own personal story while you're in this world. And this world is enormous. It's a custom world that spans hundreds of thousands of blocks from one side to the other. At the moment, the most complete version of this mod is in 1.7.10. But they're currently updating it to 1.15, which I gotta say I'm pretty excited about. The Betweenlands adds a dark, swampy dimension that's so well done, it almost feels like an entirely new game. Every block, tree, decoration, mob, and boss added is very, very well done, and they all come together to create an utterly gorgeous new world to explore. In my opinion, this has to be one of the best dimension mods that's ever been created. Galacticraft allows you to explore the solar system in your own spaceship. You can travel to new planets and moons, finding many beautiful new dimensions with new mobs, new blocks, and new dungeons. They also made the mod so other modders can easily add new content, like new planets or even entirely new solar systems. And luckily there are quite a few. If you take a look on CurseForge, people have made a ton of add-ons for this. At the time of recording this, 1.12.2 is the most up-to-date version of Minecraft that you can use this mod with. Dynamic Trees completely overhauls the trees in your world, making them grow in more realistic shapes and in a more realistic manner. They also chop down like real trees, which for some reason is very, very satisfying. And they drop seeds that can plant themselves. Another cool feature is if you fall into leaves, they'll break your fall, and the leaves can break, and they'll slowly drop you onto the ground. Roguelike Dungeons generates large, procedurally generated underground dungeons throughout your world. These dungeons are marked by some nice-looking towers and structures above ground that will lead you down to the first floor. Since the dungeons are procedurally generated, each dungeon and the loot that you'll find inside is different than the last. I love this mod, and in general, just this type of dungeon crawler hack and slash gameplay. Refined Storage is one of, if not the best, mass storage solution. It's fairly easy to get started in, and you can grow it to beyond what anyone would ever possibly need. Not only can it store, craft, and organize your items quickly and easily, you can also connect your storage over long distances and even access all your items wirelessly while you're on the go. OreSpawn is maybe the most iconic mod of all time. It's probably surprised and confused more players with its random craziness and absurdities than any other mod, especially mods of its time. In general, people either love or hate this mod. I've seen some pretty heated debates about it. But no matter how you feel about OreSpawn, there's no arguing that it has changed the landscape of modded Minecraft. If not for that reason alone, I think it definitely deserves a spot in the top 100. The main feature of Gulliver the Resizing Mod was to allow players to shrink to 1/8 the normal size and grow up to 8 times the normal size. As you change sizes, it would both help and harm you with new abilities and new shortcomings. Unfortunately, this mod only made it to Minecraft 1.6.4, but I think it still deserves a spot in the top 100. The Portal Gun mod allows you to bend space and time to your will. Simply create 2 portals, one with left click and one with right, and then let the fun begin. You'll instantaneously travel between the 2 portals. If you do it just right, you can actually see yourself coming and going. I would have to say this mod belongs under the groundbreaking category for sure. GregTech is a 1.7.10 mod that completely overhauls Minecraft. It's loaded with new world gen, loads of technology, new weapons and tools. I think it adds some of everything. In fact, I think this mod adds more items than any other mod I've ever seen. It adds 168 pages to NEI. That's over 36,000 new items. That's insane. Thaumcraft has definitely earned its place in the top 100 mods. It has to be in the top 3 magic mods of all time. I believe it gained its popularity due to its original and in-depth approach to magic and alchemy, and its amazing in-game guide that leads you painlessly through the mod. The Lucky Block mod isn't the first mod that comes to mind when I think of the top 100 mods, but I think it's most definitely one of the most iconic Minecraft mods. This mod is probably responsible for more clicks on YouTube than any other single mod. Combine all the built-in craziness and fun with all the add-ons that you can get for this, or even create yourself. I think this deserves a spot in the top 100. According to the developers, Mekanism isn't simply another add-on. Mekanism is an experience that will forever change the way you play Minecraft. And I would have to kind of agree with that. This mod, along with its add-on modules, adds an enormous amount of tech-related machines, factories, weapons, tools, and armor that all bring more fun and remove some of the grind from the game. Bonsai Trees brings an original and server-friendly way to farm trees. By using bonsai pots and hopping bonsai pots, we can easily, with very little cost or space, start an automated tree farm. Recently, they've introduced a soil mechanic that, depending on which mods you have installed, will add various soils you can use to grow your trees that will have different effects. By default, we can see that grass grows trees in 10 seconds, while dirt takes 11. BuildCraft is a tech mod that's been around for a very long time and has a special place in a lot of people's hearts. Known for its engines, pipes, quarry, and in earlier versions its robots, this mod definitely deserves a spot in the top 100. It's also currently getting updated to 1.16, which is very cool because this is too good of a mod to get left behind. Morph is a very fun mod that allows you to take the form of any mob that you've beat. This includes most modded mobs and creatures too. It even adjusts your health and gives you abilities based on the form that you're currently in. A neat feature that's turned off by default is that you can blend in with hostile mobs when you're in their form, so they won't attack you unless you attack them. You can even turn into other players and bosses. Almost every feature and skill can be adjusted in the config file, as well as whitelist or blacklist players and mobs. I knew Mo Creatures has been around for a long time, but I was surprised to see that it was actually created in November of 2010. That means this is a very OG mod that adds over 40 new mobs of all types, monsters, animals, fish, and birds, to Minecraft. Some are even tameable and rideable. At the time of recording this, the newest version of Minecraft that can run this mod is 1.12.2. Ender.io is a full-sized, highly polished tech mod that has some pretty interesting machines and game mechanics. It has everything from simple smelters and furnaces to powered dark steel armor and tools. Its conduits can handle all of your item, fluid, and energy transportation needs, and its powered spawners can take care of all of your mob grinding. It also has built-in integrations for AE2, Open Computers, Refined Storage, Forestry, and Tinker's Construct. Not only does Immersive Portals have portals that seamlessly connect dimensions, which is pretty awesome. You can also choose to stack dimensions. These can be vanilla or modded dimensions, and you can even create your own custom dimensions. It also has some less mentioned but still very cool features. They give you super reach while in creative mode, so you can place and break blocks from very far away. You can turn glass into a mirror with a flint and steel. And you can do some pretty crazy things using the world wrap feature. Pixelmon adds many aspects of Pokemon into Minecraft, including the Pokemon themselves, battling, trading, and breeding. This is another absolutely massive mod that's extremely well done. I imagine if you saw a Venn diagram of people who like Minecraft and people who like Pokemon, it's got a pretty large overlap, which means this mod is the perfect combination of games for a lot of players. On a side note, this is another mod that I've always wanted to try, but I've never had the time to do it. I really need to give this one a try. When it comes to magic mods, I'm not sure if it can get any more fun than Electroblob's Wizardry. They've cut out the complicated crafting and you progress by exploring and fighting instead. Chocked full of amazing spells to load onto your wands, as well as armor that adds bonuses to your chosen school or schools of magic, scrolls that have single-use spells, baubles with some pretty sweet effects, and upgrades that will provide you with plenty of progression. This mod is definitely on my list of favorite mods ever. Dynamic surroundings brings the world to life around you in Minecraft, with both sounds and visuals. As you explore your world, some changes you'll hear are new footstep sounds based on the blocks that you're walking on, and new ambient wildlife sounds that change based on the biome that you're in. Some of the new visuals that you'll see are footprints where you've walked, you can see your breath in cold climates, and there's an aurora in the sky at night in polar biomes. When precipitation occurs, it'll generate a random storm intensity. This affects the visuals of the rain or sand if you're in the desert, the volume of sound, and the background thunder. So every storm will be a little bit different. This is a very highly configurable mod. You can adjust everything about it down to each individual sound. AtomicStryker's Infernal mobs randomly imbues spawning living things in the world with Diablo-style random enchantments, making them much harder but also more rewarding. These mobs drop quadruple the XP as well as random enchanted items. This mod is a great way to spice up your mob encounters. It's kind of like having little mini boss fights all the time. Advent of Ascension, or Nevermine, is a massive exploration and adventure mod. I've never really played this mod yet, but after researching it for this spotlight, I can't wait to give it a try. It adds more than 20 dimensions to explore. You travel to new dimensions to unlock further ones. There are over 35 bosses spread throughout the dimensions, and over 500 new mobs and creatures. This mod adds its own skill system with 15 skills to level up, gaining various rewards, bonuses, and abilities. And the mod's CurseForge page says coming soon to 1.15.2, which is pretty exciting. And that is all the time we have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, you know what to do. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Thank you so much for watching. Keep playing. Keep having fun. We will see you guys next time. Bye.